So, Coach, your opening thoughts, statements. You get the win and you advance to the championship game for Thursday.
Yeah, obviously we're really happy with the end result of this game, and this to me, just going off of what I kind of felt in the game, I thought that this was our best defensive performance, and that from an effort standpoint, there just weren't many 50-50 balls that we let them get, and I didn't necessarily think we played with a lot of focus at the beginning, but that's just kind of one of the things that comes along with the shootout. There's a lot of distractions and a big crowd, and if you haven't been there before, it's really hard to simulate in practice or like tell them what they're in for. So, after a couple of timeouts, I thought we regained our composure a little bit, and we're going to learn a lot from this game, most importantly. But like I said, the end result, we can't complain. We're very happy. We're putting ourselves in a position to accomplish one of our goals for the season.
Coach, in the first half, a lot of those shots were just kind of bouncing in and out, not going in, and you guys are still only down by one. You guys take that as a positive going into that halftime, and was that a talking point at all?
Yeah, I don't necessarily know if it was positive, but it was definitely a talking point. It made me feel good because those are shots that I've seen them hit a million times, and I think we were just a little bit apprehensive, and we were taking quick shots, and they while they were in our offense, everything just seemed a little bit rushed. And so, we talked about just stepping up, hitting your shot, being confident. You've been there, a million times before and probably imagined it by yourself. But, we knew that the key to this game was going to be rebounding and getting stops defensively. I didn't, after halftime, I didn't think this game would get into the 80s or anything like that. And so at that point in time, we just kind of knew we were going to be in kind of one of those grinded out situations.
One of kind of the turning points, at least that I saw in that second half, was I think Sala made a layup and was fouled, and then made the free throw, and from there you guys kind of took the lead. I guess just your thoughts on that kind of sequence there, and then if was that kind of what you thought was the turning point? If not, what was?
Yeah, I thought there was a couple. I thought that particular play did turn the game. Sala hit that shot and went to the free throw line, and she is a player that we kind of don't know what's going to happen when she goes in the game. Usually it's more good things than bad things, but she's just so active and she plays so hard. I would think she's fun to watch. I don't have time to enjoy it during the game, but she really plays hard and gives us a different look than what Shelby does, so we can kind of diversify our looks offensively. But yeah, she made a couple big energy plays there. I think Shelby kept us in the game, kept us hanging around, and Kate put the nails in the coffin there when the game started to get close and hit some big threes for us.
Yeah, that was actually what I was going to ask next. Just a lot of big threes in this game that really was one of the big differences.
Yeah, we got a lot out of our sets, which was nice. So they were shots that the ladies have practiced a lot, or they knew, they know when they go into the gym they want to practice shots at game spots. And Kate got a lot of those looks. Shelby had a lot from like that trail 4 position that we organized our fast break off of, and I thought our point guards did a really good job of dictating the tempo offensively, because we were getting it and making them sprint on defense, and I thought applied great on-ball pressure while staying out of foul trouble for the most part during the game, just controlling that tempo.
And then one other thing I noticed, McNair had 7 steals. I didn't realize there was that many. What was she doing out there for you guys doing well?
Well, Keon, I thought about 2 games ago, decided that she was going to be an elite defender from an effort standpoint. She really has the ability to defend at a dominating level, and we saw that tonight. When she's fresh and she's moving, she is a very, very special player defensively, and we have to keep her on the floor because of that. She had a rough shooting night, but when she's giving us 7 extra possessions just off of steals, you have to keep a kid like that on the floor.
And then obviously, it's noticeably missing from your lineup tonight was where why wasn't she playing tonight?
We had a discipline issue with team rules, and so she will be suspended for the rest of the shootout.
Can you comment on what rules were broken?
I can comment on what rules weren't broken, I guess, in fairness to her. So it wasn't anything NCAA related, and it wasn't anything institutional. So it wasn't, drinking or, smoking pot or something like that sometimes happens in college basketball. But no, it wasn't anything like that. It was a team rule, and something that we value from a culture standpoint. And I feel we're in a situation we can all learn from it.
And so she will be back after the shootout, or when will she be back?
We hope so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then just what does that kind of do for you guys lineup wise?
Well, it puts Nicole in a whirlwind because we've played her at the point guard, the 2, and the 3, and the 2 and the 3 in our defense are completely different positions. So she's a freshman. She has to learn the 2, probably the 1 and the 2 in our defense have to work the hardest, and the 3 and the 4 have to know the most. So this poor little freshman has come in, and we told her from day one, you're going to be a point guard. And then Tara got hurt, and then we said, hey, by the way, you're going to be a 3. And then Tara got back, and we suspended Dreek, and we said, hey, by the way, today at shoot-around, you're going to be a 2. And so, she just plays super hard. And Nicole, I always give her a hard time for not talking. She's an unbelievable artist. The kid is, super talented. But I think she said about 4 words to me, including the recruiting process. She said, yes, I'm coming, and that was about it. So... But yeah, just a typical Alaskan kid, just really works hard, super respectful. All of her teammates love her. Apparently she's funny when I'm not around. We love her, but she really has stepped up for us the last couple of games.
And Shelby, obviously, kind of like I was saying to Coach in that first half, a lot of shots were just not going in for everybody, but you were hitting a couple of threes. I guess just what was clicking for you in that, I guess all game long, but especially in that first half when the other shots aren't going in?
Honestly, I would owe that to my teammates. We've struggled kind of with the zone, our zone offense. When the defender comes out in zone, and so I feel like we really focused on reversing the ball, finding the open man, and my teammates knew I was hot, so they would just get me the ball.
Kaitlyn, one of the things actually that the opposing coach was saying, looking at your stats, it was kind of almost about time, kind of for the shots.
Oh yeah, I've been struggling.
Yes. But for the shots to start falling, I guess kind of the same thing. What was working for you tonight, and did you kind of feel that it was coming, a night like this was maybe kind of coming?
Yeah, Coach always tells us shooters that averages even themselves out. So, say me and Tara, or Nicole, or Shelby, whoever's shooting the ball, has a rough few nights. That's not the player you are. We put in the work, and so that's going to show eventually. And fortunately, tonight was the night.
What was it just like out there in that second half when you guys are hitting some big shots, and just what did it feel like out there?
Well, it's a fun time. Just a shootout in general. Everyone's pretty pumped to play, and it's just electrifying out there, especially in the second half when we were only down 1, and then we come back, get some stops, hit some shots. It's just we've fed off the crowd and everything. Yeah.
And then maybe back to Coach or anyone who wants to answer. But what does it kind of mean to be just be in the championship in the last shootout?
It's really special for us. This was, all of our goals we take very seriously, and I think as a coaching staff we're very demanding in holding them accountable to what goals that they have for themselves. So if they say they want to win a championship and they don't do any work outside of what we're doing in practice, then we can't really say we're better than anyone. So, these ladies have put in a lot of time. They made an agreement with each other to, sacrifice certain things, whether it's their diet or that, they have this wall in our locker room and each person has a goal and what they're going to do that week and what they're going to give up for their teammates. When we accomplish a goal, I think it's just that much more special. And I think sentimentally, especially for anyone who's followed basketball or has grown up in Alaska, this tournament's a special time. I mean, I know for me as a kid, Thanksgiving revolved around the shootout and, coming with my dad and watching UCLA and UMass. And it's where I fell in love with the game of basketball. And to be able to coach in this, just in general, has always kind of been a dream of mine, So I'm always on cloud nine during this week. But to be able to be here with a group of ladies that work as hard as they do and that I enjoy my time around as much as I do, it's very special because I want it for them more than anything. I want them to be able to get that big gold pan, and it's something if they're able to achieve, they'll never forget it for the rest of their lives.
Do you feel extra pressure since this will be the last one?
No, the hay's in the barn. We did our work, and I think that if we go out there and even if tonight was a terrible shooting night, and we still came away with the win. If we give this kind of effort again, regardless of what the outcome is, I feel like we can be really proud of what the product that we had on the floor.